about.
Who hangs out with old fuckers?
Chabby is now.
He's an old fucker.
Apparently I qualify.
You're an old fucker.
Oh, I'm well aware.
So I just got off the phone with the Netherlands. Never a dull moment around here.
How's GMO?
Well, it's funny you would say that because the guy I was just talking to sounds a little bit like JMO. Not just the accent, but even the voice itself is a little bit similar. So it's kind of endearing that that they sound a little bit similar. The fellow I talked to, Tuan, he's super nice guy. Gregarious, happy, competent, intelligent, and he speaks like 5 fucking languages. So, he's well ahead of the curve as far as comprehension and understanding of things that aren't native to him. So when he calls with an issue, it's like, okay, this is going to be a bad one. He can't fix it. He can't figure it out. But turns out he already knew what the problem was. He was just looking for confirmation that we weren't able to bail the customer out of a mistake they had made. They had apparently made some changes in their firewall, and then suddenly both of the systems stopped being able to communicate with the hospital's FTP server. And I'm like, well, yeah, if they made a change in the firewall and both of them stopped being able to communicate, you don't really need me to say it out loud, do you? He just starts laughing. He goes, no, I already told them, but I also told them I'd call and double check, so due diligence is done. I love you, Twan. You're awesome.
Yeah, I used to call one of the level 2 people directly because I knew that if I just called in to my level 1 support at the knock, they wouldn't really be able to help.
Yeah.
So I would call and bounce ideas off of him and be like, yeah, so I was talking to so-and-so and we think we need this. Can you send that out? And, they would kind of look over and be like, "Did he talk to you?" And he'd kind of like nod. Like, okay, well, we'll get that part ordered for you.
Yeah, it's funny sometimes when I was working doing support for Nissan's North American network, they had this help desk that was down in fucking Brazil. And, I mean, it's fine to employ people all around the world as long as, they're all able to speak the same language or something along those lines. But maybe teach them some basics of the, like the vernacular and that kind of thing. Because, if they've got a really heavy accent and they're hard to understand, and you need to get them to repeat things several times, they're going to resort to using phonetics to spell a thing out. And that's where me and my friends ended up inheriting G like Jew from. Was one of these guys at the this is free story time. One of the guys I talked to there, I'm trying to get him to spell a thing out because I want to make sure I've spelled it right. It's super critical that it be spelled right. So he's like, okay, yeah, it's this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. And he's using all these random phonetics they're totally not the, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, U.S. military phonetics that a lot of people know. He's using like, A like ask and N like no. And he's pulling all these random examples, and then he says, and then there's he's like G like Jew, and I just says, whoa, pardon? And he says G like Jew, and I'm like, okay, Jew doesn't start with a G, and he's like, yeah, sure it does. G like Jew, and I'm like, okay, I really need you to stop saying G like Jew. Because it's not helping, and I'm trying to say this while I'm snickering. I'm like, please don't let him hear me laughing. And like, I need you to stop saying that because it's not helping. He's like, well, G like Deborah, and I'm just like, I'm fucking done. I muted the phone and I just started laughing so loud, and everybody's looking around like, who's laughing fucking maniacally over here? And they're all looking at me, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got a live one here. And they're like, okay. So somebody actually plugs in and is like listening in on the call. And I'm like, okay, so you've given me G like Jew and G like Deborah. He's like, yeah, G like Jew, Deborah, and he's struggling to come up with something else. And I'm like, can you give me another example word? Because there's a communication barrier here. I'm having a real hard time getting the letter right by the examples you're giving. He's like, okay, the last letter of the alphabet. It comes after Y, X, Y, G. I'm like, oh, Z, and he's like, yeah. Oh my god, Z like zoo, Z like zebra. Suddenly it makes sense, but for like 5 fucking minutes, I've got this guy saying G like Jew over and over, and I'm like, please stop. I can't deal with this.
Oh my goodness.
I can't remain professional if you keep shouting this at me. The guy who came over and connected in, he's just sitting there shaking his head and he's snickering. And when we finally finished the call, he's like, man, go have a fucking smoke. You earned it. I'm like, yeah, thanks. I think I'm gonna go cry instead. G like Jew. Like, I don't think that's the approved vernacular. We're just gonna skip that. Yeah, that was.
Oh. Yes, that.
Oh, like Octopussy?
Fuck me.
With a green penis.
Yep.
Right in the Octopussy.
You told me you weren't gonna die tonight.
She wasn't planning on it, is what she said, which translates.
Yes.
Translates roughly to "It's gonna fucking happen." Do I need to come?
Oh, ego duck, why?
Oh, hey, yeah. Wolf's in. I don't need to come fix this.
Yeah, it's Wolf's turn.
I don't need.
Okay, just the next time you need rescuing, just let us know, and I'll dispatch Wolf.
Now that she's died, I think it's safe to log in.
You fucking coward. Oh, man.
You say coward, I say smart.
I could see a case being made for the word tactical, sure.
Oh.
There you go.
So the last album that Candlebox did was 2016, surprisingly.
Who the hell cares? It's Candlebox.
Him and I were talking about it while you're gone.
Oh, this is a conversation that happened. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, Candlebox? But when was the last time anybody said that name on purpose?
I was surprised when he referenced it.
Pardon?
I was surprised when he referenced them.
Yeah, I had a Candlebox CD back in the day that a buddy of mine gave me, and
yeah, approximately. What did we say?
20 years ago.
20 plus years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this Candlebox CD was a running gag because he gave it to me. I didn't fucking want it. I didn't like them. He didn't want it, and he didn't like them either. So he just kept leaving it at my place, hiding it in places, and then I'd find it, and I'd take it and leave it at his place, and then he'd find it, and he'd bring it back to my place and hide it. And so we had this running thing going back and forth for years with this stupid Candlebox CD.
I can explain how this started, but go on.
neither of us wanted a bloody thing, and so it just kept being this Easter egg that we would hide at the other person's house. How did you guys get onto Candlebox?
We were talking about version 2.0, and I said, "Oh, it's 98."
Oh,
And then Aroha mentioned not knowing who Garbage was, and then I said, "Hey, I was just listening through a discography of a band that's from your side of the world," and I mentioned Silverchair, and he's like,
yeah.
"Oh, like old enough like Candlebox," and I'm like, "Huh? Yes."
So Roha, you had never heard of Garbage?
Nope.
Nor
Oh.
Silverchair,
Man,
nor Candlebox.
how do you not hear of Silverchair? They're from over there. Yeah.
When they put out their first album in '95, she was in diapers.
I wasn't in diapers.
Okay, fine. She was in pull-ups. I'm a big kid now. Yeah, Garbage is an excellent band if you like female vocalists with amazing voices. I would highly recommend them to you.
Definitely wasn't in diapers. I started school in 95.
Liar. You were in diapers.
Hey, like I said,
I was
whenever you got out of
high
diapers, good for
school by
you.
that point.
Whenever you got out of diapers, good for you.
I got out of diapers in about 93, I believe. So
we really weren't that far off then. That's what I'm hearing.
maybe not.
93, 95? No, within 2 years.
For some
I
people's
mean, that's
kids,
just a guesstimate for me, but
Well, do you want to check and get back to us? It could be only a year.
no, I'm pretty sure 93 is about right.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I'm not going to ask.
Inquiring weirdos on the other side of the planet want to know for reasons
Exactly.
for reasons you don't want to know.
We can't get your name, but we know when you were out of diapers.
I think this internet is actually full of useless information that nobody needs to know. So I don't know if you saw the message in chat, but I don't think we're getting a visit from Booty today. She popped into chat and was like,
Yours?
"I'm sorry, I think it'd be best if I left now." Okay, be safe.
She popped into chat to say that?
Yeah, she
Stream
popped
chat.
in to stream chat. Just to clarify.
Sorry, I knew what you meant. Yeah, on the okay.
Okay. There we go. Pick up those blocks. And
Oh, there we go. Topped up my signs.
the important thing is that you've got your shop running smoothly. Not that you've got your house lit properly on the inside. The important thing is that your shop runs smoothly. Do they have sarcasm in New Zealand? Asking for a friend.
Why are you showing offline? On
Who?
Steam?
Me.
Who? Me?
You.
I shouldn't be. Oh, weird. Steam must have disconnected. Alright, be that way, Steam. That would explain why I wasn't able to get a chat message earlier when I tried to click on it. Why were you looking for me on Steam? Did you need something?
Get in the hole, damn it.
Get in the hole.
You're too good for your hole.
Are you too good for your hole? Get in the hole.
I was going to repair that properly. Oh well.
Alright, Arrow, huh?
Yes.
I need your input on...
She sounds skeptical.
She sounds a little bit leery.
Of course I do.
What do you think of the tower?
I wish I had a tower. But I love it.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah.
I'm really pleased with
And
how
then-
the windows actually seem to fit in quite well.
Yeah. I'm now kind of wishing I'd explored a bit more before I'd chosen my place. But I really can't be fucked picking up and moving everything now, so...
Oh, did you want to continue working on that wall at some point tonight?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Less deaths that way. Well, no, it's outside.
The deaths are all happening inside anyway.
The last couple of deaths have been more because I've gotten too mobbed than anything.
Can't handle a gangbang. That's fair.
Pretty much. I mean, Reese won't even jump in and help me. So...
No, because
fuck, I just...
he's busy riding the lift.
I persist, and I go up. I persist, I go down. This is amazing.
I mean, I love him, but even I was cracking up at that.
Well, I think you're trying to figure out how to properly word this. Might be very easy and simple.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
I did like your message that you sent me earlier, Wolf.
I think I'm doing this backwards.
I think it's time I repaired my shit.
Well, if it's shit, throw it
Whoa.
out. If it's shit, just throw it out.
What's your woe about, Wolf?
Repairing shit.
You know, it's like, that's pretty extreme.
Well, part of the reason why is because I just accidentally broke my sword.
No. Not Stabby McStabberson.
Stabby McGee,
Junior.
come back.
You broke it.
You monster.
Stab again.
Stab a gale.
That's what. Damn it, we are the same person.
I really think we're going to have to get together for a beer sometime and negotiate terms on who gets use of the brain and when.
Can I just sit in and watch this conversation?
I have no objections.
Yeah, apparently you can do it pretty much nightly.
That's not what I was meaning.
You guys should combine your efforts. 2 bodies, 1 brain.
I feel like that's what we're working with.
I'm a wolf.
Except you're the one that tolerates cats.
Me.
No, digital.
Yeah, true story.
Perhaps even likes them.
I would go so far as to say that's true.
Ugh.
Don't you ugh at me. I won't have my brain ugh at me. Don't make me stab you with a Q-tip again.
How did you see the... There's some lady that did a video on her car after getting tested.
What?
And she after getting tested for COVID.
Yeah.
And she was like, that was the worst experience ever. That nurse, she pulled my soul out through my nose. She stuck it so far in there.
Pulled my soul out through my nose. Lady, you didn't have a soul.
So I'm sorry, Karen.
Your soul packed up when you were 7 and got hit by the teeter-totter 4 times.
Alright, where the hell are all my bees? How are you inside the glass? You know what, buddy? I'm not rescuing you. You're staying there.
The ores have gotten pretty dense over here.
Would you say that the ore is thick?
Mm-hmm.
Like with multiple C's kind of thick?
It's a thing.
Are you down with the thickness?
Come on, at least try.
Hey, dude, that's the name of an actual website.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed when I learned that.
Keep saying I want out. Hearing stuff like that doesn't make me change my mind.
You keep saying you want
Want
out,
out of what?
and then you keep coming back.
Of it all. Of it all.
He wants out of life.
In
Been
not
there.
the suicidal kind of way, but more just the humorous. I can't stand the younger generation's take on things.
God.
Means
Well,
you don't like me?
on that we can agree. There's a lot of the rebranding of things that the younger generation has felt the need to do, like disco fries is a great example. I will
So much stupid.
I will happily fucking murder the ass off of somebody for calling them disco fries. I will get out of
But
the
it makes them
charge on
sound so
temporary
tasty.
insanity. What's that?
But it makes them sound so tasty.
It makes them sound like they're gonna taste like armpit sweat and like flop sweat and next day drug regrets. That's what comes to
Do
mind
you
when
know
I hear
about this
disco
sort of thing?
fries.
Do you digital?
I don't want to talk about it.
But going back to your comment there, Wolf, about been there. Yeah, I have been there too. So
Been where?
before I
The-
clarified, but what I meant about and being out of it all.
It'd be alright if I didn't wake up today.
Yeah, every now and then you just like, oh, I'm awake. I guess I better do that adulting thing.
If I have to.
Pretty much.
I identified with Eeyore a long time ago.
My my first choice wouldn't have been to wake up.
Some days I seriously think that.
Yeah, I think we've all been there.
Unfortunately.
Like to the point where went to the Disney store with a girlfriend and she's like, "Yep, you have to get the Eeyore hat." I'm like, I suppose.
Just be glad Eeyore never got a girlfriend. He couldn't find someone to put up with his bullshit.
Don't really think they explored that storyline either way.
How many bookcases did we need? Like 15?
If you want to be fully booked.
Why are we booking digital?
If you want full power.
You gotta book in now before the crowds arrive.
Oh, am I coming to your place to book in now, am I?
Yeah, bookings have to be in person. Cash only.
What sort of cash only?
Cash only.
That's how we roll here in the Shire.
In the Shire?
I love food way too much.
Sure.
I'm probably more of a hobbit than a dwarf, despite my best attempts to be a dwarf.
You're not that short, are you?
I'm not that tall either.
5'6" if he tries.
5'4"
shorter.
5'4" if I'm really tired.
I'm still shorter.
Yeah, so then you'd be the hobbit.
Funny that, I come from Hobbit Land.
You know? Have you actually been over to the area where they did the filming?
No.
Why not?
I mean, they did it all. They've done it all around New Zealand. So.
I totally would go check
What's
that
the
out.
point in being in New Zealand if you don't go over there?
That's like half the reason I would go to New Zealand. The other half being, all the untouched wilderness and well-preserved nature, and that is supposedly
So
second to none.
I've been to where Mount Doom was,
Mm-hmm.
but that's about it. I want to go and explore at some point, but
Yeah, I would totally be all over that. Alright, I'm gonna go do all sorts of fucking exploring and shit, and see ya.
That's my dream vacation was 2 weeks in New Zealand and a week in Fiji.
I'd skip Fiji and do 2 or 3 weeks in New Zealand.
Could be.
I don't know. I don't think New Zealand's quite as amazing as you think we are, but thanks for the compliment.
I think the country is quite beautiful.
Mind you, I might be just be a little
Jaded.
jaded because I live here.
Oh, I'm well aware you're jaded.
But if you all want to come and visit me, then I'm not going to say no.
If you will tour me to Hobbiton, I will come visit you.
Hell yeah. Good excuse for time off and just doing shit, Also good reason to go.
All right, gang, I should go eat dinner. I haven't yet, and it's been a long time since then.
You haven't eaten?
We're
It's already
now?
3 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
As I don't want to be the one to break bad news to you, but as a fat guy, you're kind of falling down on the job.
Maybe that's a good thing.
You're letting down your fellow fat guys here.
Are you trying to imply you're in the same club?
No, I wasn't gonna say it outright, but I think me and Wolf probably more or less belong to that club.
I shall be your leader.
Whether he wants,
Hopefully less.
whether he admits it or not, after eating 40 fucking wings in one sitting.
I'm
That was,
glad I don't have a dick. Just so I can't be in part of the fat guy club.
oh, you can be part of the fat guy club anyway.
Anyways, I'll be back.
Okay.
He's not coming back.
No, you scared him away.
I've heard that lie before. That was what my wife said. P.S. I'm joking. She never said that.
Kinda figured.
Rude. Jeez.
I have a feeling that would not have bothered you, though.
It might have once upon a time.
Yeah. All right. That's fair.
Ours was a pretty functional marriage for the most part.
Bite your tongue out, I have. Bite your tongue. Not worth getting in trouble.
What's the matter?
My brain wants to get me in trouble.
Can't imagine why or how.
That's because I've been pretty good round here and been biting my tongue.
Yeah? How do you like the taste of blood?
Why is your tongue 6 feet thick?
You like thick chicks? Well, I got a tongue for you.
Wow.
That sounded even worse than it did in my head.
Shows you just how much you love me, Digital.
It's all about the tongue, baby. Alright. Someone else introduce a subject. What should we talk about? I obviously not qualified to make such important decisions.
I kind of wanted to figure out like a questions or something of that sort related to movies, and then like come up with lists. It's like, how could you connect so and so to somebody else or something?
How to do the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon with any two actors?
Yeah. That, or what's your favorite horror movie, or I don't know, some sort of something.
To what end? What were you planning on using it as
like a chatbot command?
Oh, it's an interesting idea.
Just for if conversation has a lull in it. Just to kind of give some topics, I guess.
That could work. There was a thing I read once, a little while ago, that was interesting. It was basically a how to make small talk kind of idea, and it was like, oh, you ask about the last book they read and this kind of thing. I'm like, all right, I'll take it under advisement, but I don't know how useful that's necessarily going to be. Like, I feel like not too many people read books these days. So you're looking to do something like that, a small talk generator?
Yeah, I suppose you could call it that. Just kind of like a movie-related question thing, or yeah. It was never really a fully formed thought. Yes,
I'm
it's
totally
part of the problem.
Yeah, I'm totally intrigued by the idea, but I do have to warn you, I'm gonna dominate that shit because I watch a lot of movies.
Ditto. I mean, and that's why I was like, that could be, you know, something that I would be able to hold a conversation in myself, instead of just being, something that everybody else participates with.
And have you just get lost in your thoughts and not
Yeah.
not hear when people are talking to you again? Alright. I got my brewing stand, I got my cauldrons. Can you open a chest if you put a barrel on top of it?
Fucking hell.
I don't know if a
Fuck
barrel
off,
is
witch.
transparent or not.
Nope. If you put a barrel on top of a chest, you can't open it. Sounds like Arrowhead's having fun over there with a witch.
Yes.
I don't know if it's really fun she's having.
Well,
She's having an encounter.
I did hear the word fuck in there. And most people enjoy fuck, so I may have made a small leap of faith on that one. Was I mistaken? Are you not enjoying it?
Well, I mean, it seems I survived.
Well, that's good.
It's certainly a start.
Indeed. I'm just poisoned.
Yeah, but you won't die from that at least.
Almost did.
You can't actually die from it.
How nice.
Yeah, it'll only ever run you down to the ground. It won't actually kill you. It just weakens you enough that other things have an easy time picking you off.
Don't think I was aware of that.
Yeah, it will run you down, but not completely snuff you out.
How nice. I've got the shivers.
I've got the shivers. Shiver me timbers.
Something like that.
Are you feeling all right?
I may have gotten a little more sleep today. Melon seeds, pumpkin seeds, wheat seeds.
I guess
Now
it's
that I have
finally
more
time to
health.
clear out these demons.
Clear out the who with
Fuck
the
off,
what?
skeleton.
Diamonds?
Oh,
I was waiting for my was waiting to clear everything so that my mining was as high as it could be. And I am at 794.
I thought I was doing it well at 400 and something.
to be fair, he's built his entire base underground, and he's been, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks longer on the server than you?
I don't think the server's been around that long yet.
No, I think it's been around a month. You might be 2 weeks longer than her, but she's on her second week now.
That's a scary thought, actually. I can't believe I enjoy it so much. I can't believe I didn't get it before now.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, eh?
Yeah. But then, I'd only ever seen it when one of my cousins had taken me around what she'd built in her base, or whatever she wanted to build. And there's 13 years between me and her. So... with her, it was a bit like, yeah, okay, that's cool. Because she was like, at the time, she was
Younger?
like, yeah, well,
Little kid excitement kind of thing.
Yeah. She's now 17. No. 16. Her sister's going to have her birthday soon. Her 19th birthday soon. That's a scary thought. I can remember holding her sister in my arms when she was born.
Now you're so much older and
Yeah.
You old lady.
you're just so much older.
That makes you ancient wolf.
I know.
That's why he dyes his grays purple.
Only the beard grays.
Oh, not the pubes?
Not usually.
Oh, that's good.
This is way more than I wanted to know.
Liar.
Well, you know it's true because we share the same brain.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said it if it wasn't true.
She's so uncomfortable.
Is that what a aneurysm sounds like? A little bit of grunting and heavy breathing, some distress.
You're just scaring me as well.
Yeah, I do have that effect on women, children, small animals, medium-sized animals occasionally.
I forgot that I can't just fly everywhere. I'm
Powered
glad
through.
it cut. I'm glad it cut a block before I fell in the lava.
Oh god, that would have been fun. Son of a bitch! What's the matter, Wolf? I don't want to talk about it!
Well, I travel with a bucket, so...
Dad.
Well, my acrobatics is getting a workout at the moment.
Lucky Reese.
Reese has nothing to do with it.
Poor Reese. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Probably wishes he had something to do with it, but he decided to not hang around.
Yeah.
Mind you, he's quite possibly asleep again.
Yeah, he might have decided it wasn't breakfast time, so he went back to bed.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's too much info.
What? That he would not stay...
Calling each other breakfast?
Calling what?
No.
Calling each other breakfast?
What? No.
See, I was just implying that he wouldn't bother to stay awake if his stomach would let him sleep, but Wolf just had to go and make it dirty.
Yeah.
Weird pervert Wolf.
You're welcome.
Thank you. What the fuck? Why is my water invisible?
Did you turn on a shader?
I haven't done anything.
You said the same thing about not having turned off damage to animals.
I didn't change that. Something with one of the server reboots changed that. There we go. Now the water's visible. Welcome back, water. I am highly confused by you.
Well, it seems I've got the hiccup curse at the moment. Shall I give them to you?
No, I'm good.
Digital often gets hiccups after he eats.
Mm-hmm.
Or so I hear.
There's no often about it. It's every time. Why is the... What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
Alright. Minecraft. Does Purpur not interact with water?
What do you mean by not interact? Do I need to look at your stream now?
I mean, like, I put water in it, and the water flowed right through, flowed into the bottom of my pit here, and now there's shit spawning there because the torches are all gone.
Let's go take a look.
Alright. Purpur and Purpur pillars are decorative blocks. They can be mined using a pickaxe.
So you're adding the water here, and it leaks out, you say?
Yeah, it's just going right through it.
Probably because they're slabs, so they're waterlogged. You probably should put it on top of full blocks. Yep, putting it there is okay.
That's probably what's happening. Fucking confusing.
It may hold it if you, as long as you're sure that you're placing your water on the edge blocks and not placing it on the half slab.
There we go.
That's probably what it was. It was probably the slabness of it, the new-ish.
Yeah, when I tried to do it on either the side or the bottom, it was just doing what this block of water is doing and flowing down into the pit. That must be what the problem was. The slabs were taking it as waterlogging.
Yep. But you clicked on it on the bottom instead of on the edge.
Well, I got the water to work in the bottom exactly once, and I tried every single block. So that checks out.
Yeah.
One block was a solid block, and the rest are slabs, so it would have just waterlogged them and poured out. Oh, that was confusing as hell. What do you think of the tower so far?
Are you? Oh, am I seeing a levitation obelisk down there at the bottom? Is that why is that the inspiration for the floaty bits in here?
Yeah, that's the red dot down at the bottom.
Yeah, I just happened to be like right over it, and I'm like, oh look, I can see all the way down to that redstone. Oh, what level's the mossy cobble?
What do you mean, what level is the mossy cobble?
What tier block is it?
Oh, 2 instead of 4.
Oh, okay.
I think. I needed to make it a smaller diameter. I needed it to be tier 3, maybe.
Oh, you wanted it to not cover as big a space?
I wanted
intentionally?
it to be contained to the tower instead of pouring out into the wild and wide.
Oh, I see.
Did I use mossy cobble under this one?
Yeah.
Must be a tier 2 then, so then it would have an 8 block radius. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, that's probably a room that we need in the old school with a bunch of tier examples.
Make it easier for people to figure that stuff out too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's all set up.
Your place is coming along.
Thank you. You doing an aerial tour outside?
Yeah, I did a little flyover.
I've got a elevator in my little gatehouse there that doesn't have gates yet. Just to get up to the roof. Hey, there's Mojo. I was going to do an elevator in the big tower, and then I'm like, no, the size I made it, I could do an obelisk, and it should work.
Mm-hmm.
Heyo.
Hello.
We were just speaking ill of you. It's good timing.
I know you weren't. I've been lurking for like 30 minutes.
So, how's JMO tonight?
I think I'm alright. A little hungry after all the talk about breakfast earlier.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry too, and I really shouldn't be. I ate not that long ago.
You're always hungry.
Yeah, my metabolism's kind of unkind.
Yeah, I should probably put the
Free with 4 players?
M&Ms. Yeah, it's set to 60%.
There we go. So it does a round up, I guess.
Yeah,
If
so
you've
it's like a minimum of 60% have to be
Okay, that
sleeping.
explains it.
if you've got 2 players, it requires both.
Yeah, earlier, Araha and I both had to sleep. Alright, let's go feed the bees. It's probably feeding time again. Hello, hello. There's lots of you. I don't know how you got stuck in the glass, pal.
Do you have to actually feed them every day?
Nope.
Is that what I'm hearing? Oh, you just are.
I just do. I love my bees and I want them to be happy.
That was a little scary.
Bees.
So many bees.
I was just walking past one of the windows in my place, just as a zombie walked past the other way.
Timing of that.
Outside the window, and it kind of freaked me out.
The timing of that was good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's feeding time for today, guys. You don't have to hover around me anymore. So many bees.
I also have a floating tree now.
You should probably fix that. Hover trees are no good.
I'm going to eventually.
They're bad for the environment.
They're bad for your health too.
Yeah, hover trees have been known to cause cancer in lab rats and also people over the age of 30.
They cause smiting.
Yep, may lead to smiting.
Well, you know what? I'm not over 30.
Not personally,
so...
but
no, but you
not personally, but who's a good friend of mine, and he talks about him all the time.
You may not be over 30, but you often enlist the aid of people who are and would appreciate not being smoten with cancer. Smoten? Smitten? Smitulated?
Smote.
Smiticized? Smizzen? I like smizzen. I'm gonna go with smizzen. I don't want to be smizzen.
That chest is actually kind of valuable at this point. Still one more to put this in there.
Oh, damn it. Little wee hiccup. I'm trying to put the gravel back in the box and it won't let me. There we go. Now here's a question. What are you worth? That's not bad. Okay.
So, I've been doing this still up thing. I may need to stop.
At some point, sleep probably should happen.
Wait, you haven't slept since last night?
Right. You know, like I do.
Yeah, apparently. I'm learning that.